I carried the two Suffolks out, and you could really feel the difference. Those two white lambs are no match against those two Suffolks. The white breed gets up a little quicker and is a little more on the run.
You can see they're both obviously nursing off the same side.
This is what I came up with. That little feeder.
This is why we like to use straw. Good morning, fellow Utopians, and welcome to another day at Ewetopia Farms. As usual, since we're doing night checks now too with all the lambing going on, we're going to start with Arnie's videos from last night, and then we're going to head on into what's happening in here today. So, stay with us and let's get started. And the first thing that happened last night, of course, was the lamb races. So we'll watch that for a little while and then get into chores.
It's 1:30 in the morning. Just had a pair of Dorset lambs and a pair of Suffolk lambs. And we just got them all fed, dipped. Couldn't go grab them a little bit of hay for a second. Just to say something that I'm going to have a little speech right now at 1:30 in the morning because I think if I'm up, everybody should be up. But I'm a little bit pumped right now, so I'm up. So I'm just gonna have a little speech. Here's two different breeds. You've got a Dorset breed and a Suffolk breed, and they're both about the same. I would say they're both pretty well identical sizes. Both sheep. I consider the Suffolk an average sheep, and this Dorset is an average size too. They're not these two sheep are not big. They're just average sheep. This sheep was actually purchased from another farm a couple years ago that we purchased. Besides the point, my point is, I picked up those two Dorset lambs, and they were a handful. I mean, they could eat. I carried both of them at the same time. I carried the two Suffolks out, and you could really feel the difference. And no, wait, these Suffolks have way more mass on them of bulk size than the Dorsets. The Dorsets are more vigorous. The Suffolks are a little easier, a little lazier getting up. But I guess I'm going to say my point here is we're listening to videos and people on YouTube. So you're always listening because you got to listen. If you don't listen, you're not going to learn. So there's always things you can pick up, eh? And people have this debate about terminal breed. They all go to market. Maternal breeds are the mother sheep. And I thought to Lynn, are we doing something wrong? Because we're heavily in the maternal breed more than the maternal breed. So I said, Lynn, are we doing something wrong? And Lynn really actually had a good point. Lynn says, why would you have maternal breeds when you can just have terminal breeds? Because the payback on a terminal breed is way better than a maternal breed. And then the debate is, there's a person that says milk and meat do not go together. And I thought, is that true? And I'm thinking about it. And no, I totally disagree with that. Our terminal breeds are just as good as milkers than the maternal breed, the same milk, pretty well the same motherly instincts. Just the payback is way better. They grow way faster, the terminal breed, than the maternal breed. So yeah, so I started to argue that point because I hear other people talking about that all terminal breeds have to go to market. And I'm going, but why would you want a maternal breed when you can have a terminal breed? And that's debatable, but I think Lynn is right. I totally disagree with that. If you want to be in the business, why don't you have a meat breed? We do have Dorsets. I love the Dorsets. It's a challenge to have Dorsets, to have that pure Dorset. I mean, I'm not going to give up on it. But when I carry these lambs out, I'm not kidding you. You can just see the difference in the size here. Those two white lambs are no match against those two Suffolks. So I guess my question is I thought maybe we should be breeding more for the maternal breed for motherly sheep, but I'm thinking, why would you? I mean, the terminal breed is by far the best, I think. But anyways, beside the point, this is what happened at 1:30 this morning, and what caught my attention is when I carried them out, the weight in the two lambs were extremely noticeable. When I first seen the lambs in the pens, I'm going, two real nice Dorset lambs and two real nice Suffolks. But when you pick them up, you got a real rude awakening. The Suffolks are just bulky, packing on the weight and everything. I mean, so the difference is, right now they're all asleep because they just all got fed, so they're in the mood right now to have a 30-minute nap. It's common when you feed them. And the difference is, these Suffolk lambs have hardly not got up at all since they've been born. And those two Dorset lambs were actually walking around the pen with the mother an hour ago. That's the difference. The white breed gets up a little quicker and is a little more on the run. And the Suffolk breed here, they're kind of wondering where their next meal is going to come from. And that's the difference in the two breeds. If you know the two breeds, you can see it right away. But yeah, there's a lot to say for these Suffolks. They are the terminal breed. They're the meat breed. And why I'm talking about these four lambs is because the two mothers are extremely consistent. So there was nobody had the edge here. And that's all I gotta say about that. But it's 1:30 going around 2, so I'm going to do a check through the barns right now to see if anybody else is having any lamb. These guys are eating straw, so I have to go and give them some nice hay right now. And hopefully I have nothing happening until breakfast time, until we get up. So I'm going to go back to the house, have some rest, and hopefully we have a good day today. I guess today we're moving sheep over to the Coveralls. We got 10 Dorset mother sheep with their lambs that will be going across the yard, and there's separate pen. We keep the Suffolks and the Dorsets separated. I think I told you that earlier. And today there's a whole group going over, and we'll be filming that. So looking forward to seeing you shortly. And that's what happened this morning. 7 in the morning, and I just had a lamb. I helped this one off a little bit. She had not a difficult time. It just took a while. It was right at the entrance, so I just helped her a little bit. It's a big male lamb. I'm pretty sure she's the first timer. And I just fed the lamb and dipped him and everything. I'm going to leave the lamb in the pen here while I go to the house this morning. It's 7 o'clock. Lynn just got up. And she's a little nervous, so she doesn't want to walk out with me. I'm pretty sure she's the first timer. So I'm just going to leave her here and let her bond for a few minutes. And I'm going to have a coffee and something for breakfast. And when I get back, we'll bring her in the pen. But the pen's actually become quite empty now. Half of these sheep have come in for knockout. So there's not much crowding going on. So as soon as I touch that lamb like this, you see, she wants to go away. She's a little nervous of me. So I'm going to go to the house and have a cup of coffee with my better half. And people don't know what I'm talking about. It's not me, it's my better half, Lynn. And I'll talk to you shortly.
Here comes Arnie with the hay. Pretty soon he's going to have a new system set up here that he's been working on. So these two were born last night. They look bright and perky. These two were born last night and look bright and perky. Well, they actually look like they're resting, but their heads are up. This one had a lamb. And I guess she just had a lamb, did she? This came from knockout. Did that other one come from knockout? The twins? No?
No, that's...
Okay. Because we're waiting for that green dot in knockouts group to have a lamb. So now I gotta ask. Oh, that's another humdinger.
Too much legs, you see that?
She's very, very nice. Is that a girl?
Boy, I think.
He's really nice. Were you just born, honey?
Stand up. Don't fall in the water tank.
That was the one born this morning, and she was nervous.
Yeah.
Oh, and look, here's our lamb that couldn't figure out the nipple. Is she on?
I don't know, she's running up and down the pen like she's just got new legs.
I think she's figured it out. Oh, she's off again.
Well, that would be the big side then.
Well, she gets so excited, she just needs to hold still.
I didn't open her, check her teeth here.
But I'll help her again today. But I see she's attempting it on her own, and that's extremely good sign. Oh, and this ewe has twin lambs, but you can see they're both obviously nursing off the same side. So right now I'm going to get a bottle, milk that big side off, and go feed that to Elsie's lamb, just to relieve the pressure. So I just finished tagging a few more lambs before I head over to the coverall, and I recorded the ones that were born last night. So I'll quickly tell you about them. This one we bought at Brian Atkinson's sale. He was closing out, and this is a ewe we got from him. She's out of Gladiator and has 2 ewe lambs. This is the one who lost all her lambs yesterday and has the little ewe lamb. She's feeling a little off today. She is on drugs, so hopefully she'll pull through. And then this one, she's just passing her placenta, so she's a little hunched up now, but this is Katrina. She actually is a ewe that we took to the shows. She is sired by Geronimo. She has a really nice ram lamb. And she was a show sheep. And actually she's the one who did the best for us at the show. Right now she's not looking her best because she's a little uptight and hunched up. But she's, this is a knockout lamb. Ram lamb. Guess we'll check how the lambs in the coverall are doing. We plan on bringing the Dorset lambs out here, I think, today. Hi, boys. You feeling spoiled in the barn? Anyone needing a ram, we've got them. And here's the little ones. How are you guys all doing? Inevitably, there's always someone on the box. Hi, you guys. Hi. How's everybody doing in here? You all look pretty good. Hi there. Yeah. Everyone looks good in here. In this pen out here, I think this is the first one born, the ewe lamb. Even when she was in the main barn, she used to come up to me very curious. But when I come in, like, she's not a bottle baby. Oh, and this is the little gladiator son. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi, buddies. Now, he did have a bottle before, but he looks in good shape. He doesn't look like he needs a bottle. Hi. Hello. But some of them are way more curious than others. This little one over here, she gives you that eye and she runs up to you. Of course, when you want to show it, they don't look. Do you have a bit of attitude? Do you? I think you have a bit of attitude. You do. Hi there. Hi. What is that, eh? What is it? You're pretty clever. You're pretty clever. Okay, we're in for afternoon checks. We're going to take Elsie's lamb and Elsie and her brother out and put them in the holding pen for a second, and we're going to move the Dorsets to the other barn. And then we're going to be trimming and getting more sheep into the jugs and putting some fresh straw in that lambing pen, moving sheep around. But just before we start that, we're going to have a look at Arnie's.
Just doing a little work in the barn for a few minutes while we have a lamb coming in, maybe. So these are the jugs we use along the walls. They're our least favorite jugs. And you can see we have a few jugs of sheep along the walls. But those sheep there have a feeder. And they have a little, I guess I'm not supposed to use the word dungeon or cave. They have a little haven, the lambs that go underneath there. So I'm thinking, how could I change these pens? So this is what I came up with. These are actually quite a large pen. They're 6 by 6. So I made a feeder along the wall. So now the pen is about 5 by 6 square, which is still quite large actually. So I don't think that feeder takes anything away from the pen. And this is what I came up with, that little feeder. So it's just a prototype, so we're going to see if that works before I keep building them. That didn't take me very long to build that, maybe an hour of my time. So what I did was, I just used that privacy board fence. It's only a ½ inch thick. It's actually quite sturdy. It doesn't move. I mean, sheep aren't going to climb into it anyhow. I just put one board in the center to reinforce it. I was going to put more boards in there, but I'm thinking I don't want to make it hard for the sheep to eat the hay. And if they spill a little bit, I don't mind. And if they spill too much, I might put a second board in here. But I think for right now, I'm just going to leave it at that one board in the center. You can see what I did. And this feeder is 16 inches off the ground. The feeders over there that we have, these little havens here, are 20 inches off the ground. And what happens there is sometimes a ewe will crawl underneath there, which I don't like. So that's 20 inches. This one's 16 inches. I think 16 inches is pretty good for a lamb. And I made it 2 boards in the bottom. a little reinforcing piece in the bottom. And I can show you better here. That's what the end looks like. So I had some scrap steel left over, angle iron. 1.5 inch angle iron or 1.25 inch angle iron. And I just welded a little frame. So the feeder has a taper on top. So the bottom is 1 foot and the top is 19 inches. So when if I don't have to enter the pen, I should be able to just throw the hay along the wall and it should fall right in there, hopefully. So that's why it's tapered. And we can put hay in there for the ewes, so they won't be standing on the hay anymore. And I'm hoping that works. And I gotta make 14 of them if it works, all the way down the walls. So, I gotta say it again. If Lynn doesn't love me, she's at least gotta think I'm handy. But I'm sure she loves me deep in her heart. Deep in the heart. Anyways, that's all I'm gonna say about that. And so yeah, so what I did also, these panels right here, we take them down in the summer. And you see I kept the feeder an inch away from the panels or 2 inches away so we can still pull the pin. Pull the panel away in the summer and then it won't bother the feeders. So I thought about that, or Lynn actually helped me think about that, but I thought about that mostly. I'm not that I'm taking more credit for it than Lynn's taking her credit, but whatever. Let's stop that discussion. So that's what we came up with. I'm thinking that's going to work pretty good, and if I shake it, it's actually quite sturdy. It doesn't go back and forth at all, and that board is probably plenty thick. So the first lamb that comes in, I think I'm going to try this panel, and we'll show you if it works. And if it doesn't work, we're going to change it. But I'm pretty sure it's going to work.
This pen over here, he's only going to do a small feeder because we have that concrete block in there. And people might say, why did you waste all that space making a big one? But the reason for that, as me and Arnie were just talking, is we're mainly doing these so that they can have the little lamb caves. Because how many lambs do we lose nowadays with the lamb caves?
Hopefully none.
Pretty well none, but in the past the lambs used to get laid on all the time, so that's why we made them. And the hay feeder is just a bonus on top of that. You could even put their grain in there.
Yeah, the next sheep that comes in here, I want to put this pen first. I want to see how it works before I go on farther.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's perfect.
We separated out Elsie and her lambs because I'm bottle feeding her, so I want her to stay here a little longer. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Wakey, wakey. Wakey, wakey. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. So we just basically go slowly because the lambs are frightened. They don't know where they are. Now the moms, oh, there's a whole bunch already over there. They're the good moms. That's the motherly Dorsets. That mom just stepped on that lamb. Max, stay here.
That's okay, he's breaking them off. Max, back here.
Come on. Where's your moms? What do you bet those moms went to the field? You guys are doing a good... Max, you're too close. There you go. Here come the moms. Calm down.
back up and go and open the gate.
Come on.
Or do you want me to?
I can. Here, Max. Here, Ben. Max, stand back. There they go. Back in the lamb barn for the next job on the agenda. And that's to take this Suffolk group and move them to the front where the Dorsets just were, because these will be the next group to go out. I think that's all of them. Okay, so there's 2, 4, there's 7 in here already. 3 more and this group will be ready to go over. Okay, now we're up in the hay mow. I thought there was a light up here, but I can't see it. But the pen where the Suffolk lambs were was extremely dirty. So we have old straw left up in the main mow here. So we're just gonna drop it down this chute and get it all nicely cleaned up. And we'll probably toss a couple of maybe jumping bales for them too. And back in the pen, you can see he's dropped a straw bale down already. That's the problem with straw. It's extremely dusty. So I've opened the door for some cross breeze to get that dust out of here. And then we'll be trimming some lambs. First into the new pen is going to be Elsie and her lambs. The list of ewes to go out is this mom who wants to adopt everyone in the barn and claim it as her own. She is the mom of this ram lamb, but she adopted this little triplet ewe lamb. Hi, honey, you look lovely. She's doing a great job. And they're going to go out with Elsie and her lambs because it's a quiet pen. There's only going to be 3 in here for today. But Arnie thinks she's a little wild. There you go. There's a pen there, big one, with playmates. Follow your mom. Okay. So this is Giselle. She's mom of the ewe lamb that just went with that mom. And these are the 2 that she kept. She had all girls. Come on, you guys. You can go down and wait for your mom down here. Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on. Here comes Giselle. She's looking for her lambs. There they are. Going out. Take them out there. Join the group. There you go. Here comes Mom. She's a little wild one, this girl. She's a first timer. Their Mom is getting trimmed right now. But because that pen is really full now, almost a complete full, we're gonna, well, I guess we could bring him up to the weight pen or just leave him here. I'd just leave him here. Check the coverall now that they've settled in. I think they like it. And it looks like we have no Suffolk lambs. I'm assuming they're all in the lamb caves. One by the box. We got one laying with his mom. Oh, looks like two laying with mom. And a bunch under the feeders. The Suffolks are way more spread out. This is why we like to use straw instead of slatted floors. Look at the comfort and warmth the lambs get from it. And you always have to have a jumping box too.
Suffolks are getting used to their pen. You have to admit, in these coveralls, the air is so fresh, eh? They are in a straw pack. I mean, I don't know how you could have nicer conditions. No flooding, no downpours, no freezing rain, no snowstorms. A dome, a controlled climate. So the Suffolks are really getting used to their pen. Doing the circling thing. And this is the first night for the Dorsets. Whoa! That's a small little Dorset. Hey, you okay, buddy? This will be the first night for these guys. I'll probably, I might shut the door tonight just to make sure everything's quiet in here tonight. I gotta repair this box for them tomorrow, maybe, if I have a moment. We put up a double wall there for the rams, that the rams don't make any trouble tonight. And yeah, these lambs are just learning their pen right now, so they're not too pumped. But yeah, I'm sure that lamb's fine, but it's a small lamb. But I'm sure I'll probably walk out tonight and just check everything. But I'm sure everything will be fine tonight. It's always been fine.
We're on night checks right now. And of course, we got another ewe that had a baby. Another knockout ewe. Whoa, she doesn't look too friendly. First timer again. White tag. Good girl. Mom also had twin ewe lambs. She's a first timer. The father of the mother is Gladiator, and the ewe herself is Karma. She's also one of the sheep that we showed at the last fair that we went to. And somebody's fighting with Scotty. Good girl. Lots of milk. First time mom. Some nice little stocky ewes.